Hey you guys, welcome back to Black Tea. It's your girl Ebony. Okay you guys, so there are a couple topics that I want to discuss in this video. The first topic being none other than Rihanna getting dragged online for her fresh face and also being called ugly. Talk about a mess. Now it all started when a user posted Rihanna's photo for her line Fenty Skin. Now she had actually done a face mask and she wanted to show everyone what her face looked like after her face mask. Now while I believe that Rihanna still looked absolutely beautiful, people jumped into the comments and started calling Rihanna ugly. They also talked about her fresh face and it was just a hot mess. Imagine coming for Rihanna, a billionaire who is absolutely beautiful by the way, calling her ugly, and she's pregnant. When will this end? Here are some of the things that people were saying about Rihanna on Twitter. This nigga so ugly. Damn, she really not that cute for real. I want to say something, but y'all are gonna be mad. Can't believe guys gassed this meaty ting. She's so DEAD. She's ugly AF for real. Y'all only gassed this up because she light skinned with green eyes. So as you see, it was just a lot of hate online. To be quite honest, Rihanna is absolutely beautiful, and it be always the broke people who don't want to clock in to their 9 to 5 coming for her online. Y'all need to leave her alone. This woman is pregnant and she has more money than you'll ever think about in your life. I said what I said. Leave Rihanna alone. Now the next topic I do want to discuss, you guys, is none other than Megan Thee Stallion going off on a fan on Twitter after they questioned her interview with Gayle King. We are actually going to get into a couple of points that has the internet on fire. Now the first point I want to get into is the fact that Megan Thee Stallion told Gayle King she did not have any type of intimate relationship with Tory Lanez.
Did you have an intimate relationship with him?
Like,
Yeah. Megan, did you have a relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a relationship with Tory.
So as you heard in the clip, Megan is saying that she did not have any type of intimate relationship with Tory Lanez. However, this was actually not corroborated by her best friend Kelsey. If you guys remember, Kelsey did go on IG Live where she actually called out Megan Thee Stallion and she said, look, if we're gonna be all the way clear, you went for a man that I was already messing with, and we don't do that as best friends. Check this out.
Truth is, I mean, in your song, I think you said, I want the you got or something. We all know that I ain't never wanted none of your. It was really, come to find out, yo, with a nigga behind my back that I was on first. And that ain't right, because you supposed to be my best, you supposed to be my best friend. We laugh that do that to each other. We not supposed to do that to each other. So stop playing with me.
So as you see, this does not corroborate what Megan just told Gayle King. Megan almost made it seem like people were coming at her for no reason, like she was this innocent victim, when also in Megan's IG Live, where she identified Tory, Megan admitted that she was a part of the argument. She was not just an innocent bystander.
Everybody in the car, it's only 4 in the car. Me, you, my homegirl, and your security. Everybody in the car arguing. I'm in the front seat. This in the back seat. I'll get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I'll get out. I'm walking away. This from out the back seat of the car stole me. You me.
So as you heard in Megan's own words, she was arguing as well. So I feel like there's something missing, you guys, and I don't know what it is, but I will say a lot of Megan's statements have changed. With that being said, Whack 100 also came out to accuse Kelsey of popping Megan and also calls out Megan Thee Stallion for lying allegedly. Whack 100 saying this: not only did we say you lied, you said you lied. Now it went from saying you stepped on glass to an object to the foot to you didn't want them to hurt any of us. I'm crying for Tory Lanez, the real victim. All this needs to stop. No DNA or prints on the actual object and she's still going? Guess we can call it the little boy that cried wolf. After all, Stallion is a COLT at birth, right? Hope that didn't go over y'all heads. A person jumped in his comments and they said, bro, her best friend did that. Whack 100 says, finally, somebody with a brain. Yikes. Now, in her defense, Kelsey also gave a statement to CBS. Kelsey saying this, my client is a private person and does not wish to make a public statement at this time. I can assure you that my client has not been paid a dime by any party involved to remain silent, as suggested in social media posts. So this is Kelsey Nicole denying that she received any money from Tory Lanez or Megan Thee Stallion to keep quiet about the situation. Now, this is what Megan said on Twitter when she was going off on a fan who said it was unfair that Tory Lanez did not get to speak his piece. The fan starting with this. Crazy how Megan gets to speak on whomever platform or song about the situation, but Tory, or he goes to the clink, being it's still an open case. Megan says, so a man can pop me, chop up horse legs in videos to taunt me, pay blogs to spread false information from what's happening in the actual court, record studio albums, and make diss tracks, but when I talk to Gayle King, that's the last straw. F y'all. Child, talk about a mess. Now, I also want to get into one last thing, and that is actually the time frame of this incident. In Megan's interview, she specifically showed a text message that allegedly came from Kelsey. It was around 7 a.m. in the morning. Now, it does say help, Tory basically popped Megan, but the incident happened around 4 in the morning. So this would not really make any sense given the fact that the court transcripts also corroborate the fact that this incident happened around 4 in the morning. Also, I think it's very interesting how Megan is trying again to say that she had nothing to do with the situation when there is an independent witness who said that Megan and Kelsey were fighting, literally fighting and kicking each other, and they both got out of the car fighting and kicking each other. Chill. Allegedly, this is what the court transcript says. Tory's lawyer starts with this. She was wearing a bikini at the time, right? The officer says, I believe so. And it was 4:30 in the morning, correct? The officer says yes. Did you ask her how long she sat at the bus stop in her bikini at 4:30 in the morning? He says, from my understanding, it was a brief time, ma'am. Not sure exactly the amount of brief time. So this right here sounds a little bit weird. If we are starting this incident at 4:30 and everything transpired, that would mean later in the morning around 7:30, Kelsey would actually be in custody because she was arrested. So how would she send a text message if she is already arrested and detained at that time? Just some food for thought. Now, Tory Lanez's lawyer goes on to ask the detective about the independent witness. This is what she says. One of the houses in this location is Mr. Kelly's, correct? He says yes. And his balcony is just over the area where the incident occurred, correct? He says yes. Kelly told you he was awakened by the sound of arguing, and when he went out to his balcony to see what was going on, right? He says yes. Now, the officer spoke to him in person shortly after the incident, correct? He says yes. And Kelly said it appeared to him that the muzzle flash was closest to the non-victim female at the time of the incident, correct? He says yes. He said he also saw the female passenger in the back of the car get out and open the front door, the passenger door where the other female passenger was in, and they started fighting and kicking one another, right? He says yes. The officer spoke with him in person shortly shortly after the incident, right? Yes. She goes on to say this. According to Megan, she got out of the car for a second and started walking away from it, right? He says yes. She said when she was walking away, she heard Tory say, "Dance B word," right? He says yes. Now, other than Megan, was there anyone else who said they heard this phrase? No, because though Mr. Kelly was the eyewitness in the neighborhood, there were a number of witnesses and many of them heard an argument, correct? Yes. And many of them heard the shot. Yes. And actually, some of this is recorded on their rings or security systems, right? Correct. But no one heard the word dance B word except Megan, right? Correct. Do you remember Megan saying that she was about 25 feet away? Approximately, yes. Facing away from Tory, right? Yes. In the dark, yes. According to Megan, inside the car, right? He says yes. Did Megan say where Tory pulled the object from? He says no. Megan told you that Tory was standing over the door when he popped her. Yes. Tory is in the back seat of the car. Yes. Behind the driver when Megan got out of the car. Okay? So let's stop there real quick. So if we are saying that Tory Lanez is behind the driver, this would corroborate the independent witness. The independent witness said Kelsey got out of the car, opened Megan's car door, mollywopped Megan outside the car, okay, and started beating Megan's butt, allegedly. Tory's on the other side. Megan is saying that he was basically popping her above the window. He was partially in and outside the car. But that would mean he would have to be on top of the SUV. So as you guys see, there is a lot of inconsistency in Megan's statement and the statement that the police actually have. On top of that, Megan said in Gayle King's interview that she did not put her hands on anybody. However, there is an independent witness who corroborates the fact that Kelsey and Megan were in a physical fight, meaning these two were fighting at the time. So that would also mean that her statement does not corroborate the evidence. However, this does not mean that we go bash her online. I think that this is a great example of why things need to play out in court. All of this social media stuff is really clouding the actual matter at hand. Megan was hurt. That's undeniable. But the problem is who hurt her. And I think that with her putting out all these stories, it is actually doing her case more damage than good. Ciao, more to come on this. Now, the last topic I do want to discuss is none other than Nicki Minaj's album Pink Friday re-entering the top 200 Billboard charts since 2012. Isn't this amazing? Talk about a queen. She literally released the vinyls as the anniversary, and I did get my vinyl in the mail. Thank you so much for that. And ever since then, the sales for Pink Friday have actually shot up, and this was her album from 2012. So this is amazing. Nicki Minaj did tweet and she said, "Why? Girl, you know why. It's because you're an icon. Get over it, Missy. Get over being an icon, girl." Okay? So congratulations to Nicki. I think that's amazing, and I'm excited to see what happens next. So let me know what you guys think about these topics down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. I love you guys to the moon and back, and we'll chop it up down below. Bye guys.